Okay, we're going to get going. It's a Friday. It's very humid here in Michigan. It is very humid and warm, not as warm as in some states. What's my setup today? When it's very humid out, even though you have air conditioning inside, it affects you, okay? So I'm standing here in front of my chair. That's number one, okay? This is a lifting day. So we're gonna just move through our muscles, okay? We're not gonna worry too much about how heavy the weight is. You know, my demographic that I'm working with, I just want you to get in there and move those muscles a little bit, okay? So you see how I'm standing at my chair? See that? That's number one. Just stand wide at your chair. This is our lifting day. Hi, everybody coming on. We're doing a high humidity and heat day lift. So don't think, oh, it's too hot, I'm not gonna do this today. I'm doing this calibrated just for you. Number one, I have a fan overhead, okay? That's kind of a very important issue, especially as we have our birthdays. Heat is increasingly an enemy, okay? So get a fan on you, whether it's an overhead fan, if you've got any kind of a fan set up. I don't care if you are in air conditioning, get a fan on you. See what I just did? I just did a sit to stand, okay? We're not gonna go fast. We're gonna go through all our muscles. So one of the best ways to start revving up those muscles, of course, is to do the activity that you're gonna be doing to work the muscles. So I'm gonna do a sit to stand. I'm gonna do a couple with my palms up, drop my shoulders, hip hinge, shift into my heels, and ease myself into that chair. And the important thing that you might not have caught, okay, some of you have caught it because you're very sharp watching what I've got set up. Notice I have my pad, or it could be a pillow, anything that will raise even 2 inches. When you do a sit to stand, okay, and I've got my palms up, I'm gonna go into the sit, breathing in through my nose, out through my nose if possible, okay? My toes are pretty straight. If they're out just a little bit, that's okay. See how I'm doing my sit to stand to warm up? Yeah, and I'm doing it on a raised platform, meaning I've got that pad on my chair. And I'm gonna go into my hinge. And here's what I want you to do before you sit down this time. Put your elbows above your knees. Now lower your hips gradually and go into that sit down. Take a big deep breath through your nose, out through your nose or mouth. Sit to stand, okay? Slow it down. Why? Because I want you to innervate those muscles. I don't want you to create a lot of extra heat right now. So I'm just slowing the process down. Meanwhile, as I slow the process down, I keep checking all those parameters. Shoulders down, chin is tucked, knees are soft, shifting into the heels. Palms are up, put the elbows above your knee, right on your quad, and lower, 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 lower. Go into where you're shifting, go into the chair. Very controlled. That's the key here. So I'm going to come up again. And now I'm going to slow the process down coming up. Okay. So my hands are palm up. Shoulders are down. Breathing in through the nose. I'm going to come right down here. Put my elbows on top of my knees. Now, right now, I want you to really push your tail lights. Really shine your tail lights there. Okay. Drop your shoulders. Now go down into the sit down. So here we are. I've shifted the weight off of the heels. Okay, now I'm gonna really do a hip hinge. I'm gonna slow it down as we get up this time. So going to the hip hinge, palm is up, tight tummy, drop your shoulders, heels, hang out here for just a little bit. Now come up a little and then come back down. Come up a little and then come back down. Okay, make sure that when you rise, you're not doing it from your waist. You're doing this from your gluteal, your quad, you're opening and closing at the knee. You're pushing your butt back, pushing your butt back. And every time I come down, I keep my chin tucked, shoulders down, then I come up, 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 up. Okay? Now I'm gonna shift and just put my foot on, I have 2 pads, okay? Those of you who are out there, many of you only have 1, so I'll kick it out so I don't confuse you. I'm gonna keep this here for a bit, okay? And seriously, on a day like this, you might want to, anytime you do a sit down, put that pad in place. So what am I doing? I'm stepping over, I'm stepping back. I'm stepping over, I'm stepping back, okay? This move right here, this is a very different move than the one we're gonna do following this. See, it's an actual step, you shift, step out, you shift. So see, I'm shifting from one pillar to the other pillar, and I'm tapping. See that? I'm going to do 2 more just like this. Okay, let me ask you, when you step and tap, the pillar leg, is it soft? That's what I want. I want it to be soft. Okay, now we're going to do a very different move. Are you ready? Check your toes. Okay, they're wider than your shoulders. That's number 1. Your tummy is braced. Shoulders are down. Okay, now we're going to lift the leg. See that? That's a very different move because when we come back down, we have to actually go into a holding pattern. So it's an up, down, up, down. Now, when you rise with your foot, I want you to take a close look, because if I came into your room right now and I had you do this move where this knee is bent, tummy is tight, rib cage is up, and you lift it, I would take a look at what position your foot and knee is in. You do not want, and I'm going to go up and down with the hands as I do this. And I'm not going fast, okay? We're going to stay in control. I don't really care how far up that foot goes, but I want you to lead with your heel and your ankle. Do not lead with your toe, okay? And as we shift and lift, okay, we go into adduction, abduction, not completely, okay? So here's ab and here's ad. Abduction, and you don't worry about the names. I'm just saying these are all planes of motion. These are all ways that we can move our hip that many times we don't. We just go forward mostly and not even backwards much. Okay, now stay with me. Don't drop off. Don't drop off. Okay, you got to get set, shift, lift, and come down. So there's definitely 3 phases here. And we're just warming up our joints. We're not worried about going fast. At this point, I've not lifted weights. I will. Take a breath. The biggest thing to ask yourself right now while you're doing this, are my shoulders down? And am I leading with my heel and ankle? So that means you're almost turning your toe almost in to the midline, and down, okay? Take a breath and take a breath. Come right back to that first move. Okay, look behind you. Come down and sit on that pad on your chair, okay? Now, this is the time that we're gonna do a big move that if you've ever had sciatica or bothered by it at all, this is a move to help address that. So what am I doing? Number one, we're catapulting ourselves into our class today by moving a little better on this very humid, hot day, okay? You should have a fan on you. I have an overhead fan here, and it is so much better to exercise with a fan on you, okay? Now, what am I doing? I got my hand here. I got my hand here, okay? I'm pushing down here, and I'm turning. I'm looking over my shoulder, okay? And then I'm gonna put my hands under here and just pull this knee across my chest to my opposite shoulder and turn the opposite way. Okay, just release and then do circles, 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 circles. Do not flex your back here. Say rib cage up, circle that foot, pull that knee right into the shoulder, and then put it down. Okay, you can thank me later for doing this move right now. This is such a good move, but I did it on the cuff of that full sit to stand type motion that I just did, and the side, the abduction, adduction moves. Okay, so what did I do? I just put my ankle over my knee. For any of you who that's very difficult to do, just try to cross over on your leg, even if it's down on the shin, that's okay. Rib cage up, get up there as high as you can, okay? Put the hand on top of the leg, push down as you pull away. So you're pushing down and you're looking over your opposite shoulder. If this knee is up, it's this shoulder you're looking over. Take a big breath. In through the nose, out through the nose if possible. In through the nose, out, push down, pull around. Okay? Now grab right here. You can go under if you want to, or over like this, whichever is more comfortable for you. Pull that knee into the opposite shoulder and look the other way. See, pull this knee in, say rib cage up, look the opposite way. Big breath, breath, and breath, and down and down. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna go over and pick up 6 pounds in both hands, right? So I already have my sit to stand muscles fully on board, right? So I'm gonna go palm up, I'm gonna go rib cage up, I'm gonna hip hinge, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna pick up light weights, okay? So it's light for me. So whatever is light for you. So I have a 6 and a 6, okie dokie. So for this one, I'm going to just again do the sit to stand. But here's the deal. I'm gonna put these weights right here. I'm gonna change the position of where the weight is. Okay, this is a big deal. You know, some people may change the position of the weight and say nothing about it. This is a big deal, okay? When you change your weight from down here to up here, it's a big deal. Step wider than shoulder, a little wider than shoulder. Yep. Now you're gonna push that hip out. You're gonna push back, keep your chin tucked, and see you're just hanging on to these weights right here, okay? Now, if you have these channel change weight, make sure you don't turn that dial. It won't be a pretty experience. Okay, here we go. I'm going to come right into here, and I'm going to push into the heels and stand up and squeeze my butt. Take a breath, rib cage up. Just hold these into place. You're coming down, 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 down. Hang out here for just 1,001, 1,002 as you go into that sit to stand, very controlled. Okay, take a breath. In through the nose, out through the nose if possible, or mouth. Here we go. Sit to stand. Squeeze your butt. Release your butt. Go down and very controlled. Okay. And I'm doing this with 12 pounds coming right down through my spine. Okay, and it's coming down in a good way. I've put it on my shoulders, but I have to realize that. Okay, so keep your shoulders down, your chin tucked, come down. We're just going to do about 5 or 6 of these sit to stands with the weight on the shoulder. Breath. Okay, and by the way, this kind of a move is very conducive to standing up against pretty good amount of weight. So if you have, your channel changing weights, 6 pounds, you can handle quite nicely here. Keep your shoulders down, breath. And you notice I'm not going super fast, but I'm doing the sit to stand. When you do a sit to stand, especially when you're engaging upper body like we are right now, you're virtually working every muscle, front and back. That's why the sit to stand move is one of the 4 basic moves that is being suggested by many, if not all, people that deal with health, fitness, well-being for seniors. It actually is for anybody, but especially for seniors. So what you should notice is that you're getting warm. That's okay. That's good. That's what I want. However, don't go fast. Just do the work. Okay, that's, I think, more than 6. Kathy would probably concur. So I'm going to come right down. I'm right here on my little chair, sitting on my pad. Okay, so I'm going to rotate back a little, like an inch. So set forward on your chair, rotate back a little. And some of you might say, well, how far back do I go, Jeannie? And I would say, you say rib cage up. My dog is chewing on a mineral spirits bottle top. That's what's making that noise. She likes them for some reason. Okay, open right here until, if I were there and I could poke you right here, I should feel your tummy firm up. That's how far you want to go back. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Open. Here's my weights. I'm going to bring them right here. And I'm going to go extension, a little tiny turn, extension, a little tiny turn. We're not going to do this fast, okay? If you start going fast, slow it down. So my shoulders are down. I'm pushing. This is a lighter weight. For me, 6 and 6 is light zone, okay? Up to about 8, 9, 10. That gets more medium for me, okay? So I am controlling this motion. And now what I'm going to do is put a double whammy. That means a compound move on this move. So here we are. Shoulders are down, tummy's tight, open the hip, say rib cage up. So I'm going to push out and I'm going to lift this leg. See that? And then come back. Breath. I'm going to push out. I don't go straight, and I lift the other leg. I just bring the knee up, that's it. So I'm gonna go push, lift, and then I'm gonna go boom, boom, boom. Bring it back and bring it back, okay? Take a big breath in through the nose. Why do I keep hammering at you in through the nose? Ruby, you're making a lot of noise. Sorry, I'll stop her in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna lift, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Bring it back and bring it back. Okay. If you do the move in this manner and you're sitting, sure, we could do the whole thing standing. It would be much harder. But here's the deal. I'm wanting you to move through your whole musculature today without overheating, dealing with it being very hot and thinking, oh, not today, right? So if I go back, if I brace my tummy, I'm gonna punch out with this hand. I'm gonna lift and go 1, 2, 3. But you know what I'm not gonna do? When I go back and I punch here and I go 1, 2, 3, this knee is not aiming this way. It's straight up and down. See that? 3 and down. Okay, when you do the move like we're doing with that kind of a plan, you are doing such positive work for your core, okay? Open at the hip, brace, shoulders down, say rib cage up, okay? And I'm gonna bring this one out. It's gonna hang on to it right here. Now I can punch, I can do little punches, 3, down, breath, in through the nose, punch, 2, 3, down. Okay, now stay with me. I'm only gonna do one more, all right? So I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, down, up, 1, 2, 3, and down, okay? Imagine with me, what if we do that with a 10-pound weight? Maybe a 9, maybe a 12. Do you see where we're going here? Okay, take these weights, open the arms. Now pull the shoulder blades in, okay? Drop your shoulders, squeeze your shoulder blade, okay? Lean in to this same move, lean in, pull those elbows back, and just straighten the arm up. See that? So I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna really check my position, drop my shoulders, rib cage up, my elbows are bent. Release pressure on your hands. Now as you open, pull the shoulder blades in, okay? Bring it back, pull the shoulder blades in. It's not fast work, it's very controlled. Drop your shoulders, pull them in. It's really important to do some moves like this with lighter weight periodically, even if you could do a lot more weight, okay? Some of us have had big time shoulder concerns, and if you don't drop back and use a lighter weight, sometimes you just don't get the move correct. Press back, shoulders in and down, shoulders in and down. Breath. One more time, shoulders in and down, and then bring them right up here on your knee. Got it? Okay, now bring the hand up, the elbows are forward, open, okay? So this one has Kay's name on it. Drop your shoulders and tight tummy. Drop your shoulders again, and now open the chest. Yeah, like you're squeezing your shoulder blades. And then come back into normal. Okay, this is normal. This is right here at the shoulders, and then I squeeze it in. See, it just moves about an inch or two. But that move right there, this one, with a light weight, with correct form, that's a big move for some of us. Okay, see, I'm pulling those shoulder blades down and back, and then I come back. Notice my elbow. Some of you are doing this and you're flaring your elbow. Don't flare the elbow. They're down. See that? Oh, take a breath. Bring it back. Drop the shoulders back. Okay, now bring it to neutral or normal. And then just come right here to above the ear. That's it. And then right here to the shoulder. See that? Go right here to above the ear. Right here to the shoulder. Yeah. Tight tummy. Breath. 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 In through the nose. Out through the nose if possible. All I'm going is I'm touching the side of my head above my ear. That is it. And then I'm coming to touch the shoulder. Okay? Now I'm doing all this work on my own. I'm not leaning into the shoulder here. Okay, take a breath. Some of you might need to take a break or take a rest. Take a breath. I know it's very dangerous to tell a bunch of slugs that they need to take a break or a rest because I might not get them back. I understand my demographics. Here we go. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Make sure your elbows are staying down. Staying down. Stay rib cage up. Breath, 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 breath. And bring them in and bring them down. Now, that should have got your attention. Yes. Okay, take these weights, put them down beside you, right there. Open and hug. And when you hug, drop your shoulders. See? The minute you go into this, you keep wanting to do this. You're wanting to bring your shoulders up. Don't do that. Bring your shoulders down. Get your arms around yourself as far as you can, and then drop your shoulders again. Okay? And then just do a little turn, a little turn, a little turn, a little turn, a little turn. Yeah. And then come back in and down. Yes. Okay. Big breath. Yes. Move yourself back. Yes. Move your leg up. Yes. Take your hands, put them under the thigh. Okay? So you're really hanging on to it. Drop your shoulders and now pull that toe up there until you feel a stretch in the back of your leg. Okay? This isn't fast. Pull your knee to your shoulder. Pull the toe up as far as you can. Say rib cage up. Rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. Rib cage up. Bring her back. Put her down. We're doing 2 and 2. Okay. Big breath. I'm still on my little pad here, by the way. Hope you notice that. Okay. First of all, I'm going to bring this leg up. Just like many of you are going to bring this leg up. But here's what I'm not going to do, which is what a lot of you are going to do. I just know you. You're going to round your back the minute you do this. Don't do that. Open back, tighten in, bring the leg up. Don't round your back to bring your shoulder down. See that? Now, really pull that knee into your shoulder. Say rib cage up again, and now take that toe up there until you feel a stretch. You will not feel a stretch if you do 2 things. If you point your toe and if you round your back. So don't do either of those. So this is a great exercise in mobility with strength, okay? Because this whole thing done properly will help smooth your core into much better strength gains, okay? Because you're moving from a sit down into this kind of a motion until you feel that stretch. I'm at 2 and 2. I did more than 2. Sorry about that. Kathy could have told you that because she quit it too, I can tell you. Okay, I just know her. All right, I'm gonna pick up my weights. See, pick up my weights. All right, take a big breath. Here's the thing. When you take a big breath, ask yourself, am I pushing my diaphragm in and out? That's what breathing through your nose will almost automatically start to make you do. Okay, so anytime you catch yourself breathing through your mouth, well, shut your mouth, number one. Force yourself to breathe through your nose. Okay, it will take a while to retrain yourself, but it will work. Okay, take a breath again. In through the nose. I've got my 12 pounds right here, correct? So I'm gonna just leave my choir, stand up, come over here. I'm gonna put these down, okay? And now I'm gonna go up into the next weight zone. Now, some of you may be like at tilt because it's a hot day, you have lots of joint issues. I understand that. And if you want to just hang on to it, we're going to do some different stuff, some of the same, but because I'm working into heavier weight zones, I'm pulling mine up into a heavier configuration. You pull it up into one that will make you work, but not overwork. Does that make sense? So I got 12 and 12. Yeah. So I have 12 and 12. Take a big deep breath. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to do a wide stance. That's number 1. Okay. I have 12 pounds here, 12 pounds here. Okay. I'm going to drop my shoulders, soften my knees, and I'm going to do that move. See that? See this? See, I don't come straight on. Yeah, don't come straight on with your curl. Go across like you're going to tap your shoulder. See that? Okay, that's a much better way to use a heavier weight and not hurt your joints. All right. So I'm interested in strengthening all your muscles, but especially down through your spine and doing it safely, okay? So what am I doing? I've picked a heavier weight. I have a good stance here. My knees are soft, my rib cage is up. When I go to just bring it right over to here, I'm breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Exhale there, okay? So I'm gonna lift. Take a breath, exhale, inhale, got it? Okay, I'm standing my ground here. I'm playing off of heels and then all 4 corners of the foot. So right here, breathe in, now exhale, and bring it down. Inhale, now exhale. See, I'm just coming across. Just across. I'm not doing a straight on lift, all right? I know, just the way you have to do it when you're trying to manage joint issues, but you're really wanting to get stronger, okay? That means you're going to stay with a move a little longer, meaning you're going to do more repetitions, or you're going to carefully what happened? You're going to carefully keep going. I'm seeing a notice here. I don't know what it is. Oh dear. So I think everybody's on here. It's telling me I have low battery for whatever reason. So I think I'm going to, it was plugged in all night. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I had to move it over here and I will move my location just a little. Sorry about all this. This is part of live work. You thought you had your thing plugged in all night and it was not plugged in all night. All right. There. Okay, is everybody still all right? Okay, I'll move my chair. I think I'm good. You just see my desktop, but I can't do anything about it. Okay, I'm gonna come right here. How's that? See, they can't make us quit. All right, I hope I kept everybody. Okay, here's my weights. It's a 12 and a 12. I just changed the focus a little bit. I think I cut my head off. Let me adjust. So you got your weights, right? Got your weights ready? There, I think that's gonna be better. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. How's that? So somehow it got plugged in. It did not get plugged in. Okay, so here I am at my chair. I just changed the focus of the room. Okay, 12 and 12. And what I was saying was, remember what we were doing? What were we doing? Huh? You remember? All we were doing was going across like this with a heavier weight. See that? See that? That's all we were doing. Okay. Now what we're going to do is pull them back here. And we're going to bend. See, I'm going to bend. I'm going to do a little semi-squat. Got my elbows here. And I'm going to stay low. And I'm going to push these weights, heavier weights, against that contraction. See, I'm going open, but I'm staying very low, meaning low with my hands. See, if I get down here and then I push them back out, that's going to be a lot harder on my joint and my shoulder. So if you do a semi-squat, see, little, and then you do this where you're aiming down and you're working against a very heavy weight. That leads me to what I was trying to say before I got that notice. You either are going to have to do more repetitions, all right, or you do a careful, higher load lift. So I'm staying in a semi-squat position. I'm staying with my heels pressing in. I'm keeping my shoulders down. I'm not doing this super fast, okay? I'm pushing back and then I'm squeezing the backs of my arms. Yes, press. So it's not a huge move, but it's a very big contraction. So I hope you're getting some of these little nuances that happen to help keep your arms, your core, you stronger without jeopardizing your joints. Okay, now I'm going to take this very move, and I think you can see my chair here. Okay, I'm just at a little different angle, but I think you can see it. I'm going to step in front of the chair. Okay, I'm going to do the very same move that we started with a very light weight. Well, actually, we started with no weight. Okay, so now I've got 24 pounds that I'm working against, and I probably will do one or two with heavier. But I'm going very easy. I'm going to guide myself down. I'm still using, I'm still using the pad in the chair for a reason, okay? So now I'm going to go heavy weights, right? I'm going to bring them right here, and I'm going to lift and pull back. Lift and pull back. So I've lifted my hip off the chair. I'm wide as my chair. I'm going to act like I'm going to sit down, but then I don't. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna sit down, but then I don't. I'm gonna act like I sit down, but I don't. Take a breath. Big breath through the nose. Breath. Breath. So I'm just doing a little rocking. See? And then I'm gonna go down. Okay? Now, with this heavier weight configuration, I'm gonna do one other move coming up. So that one was coming down. So now I'm gonna bring these right here. And I don't know if you remembered, but I'm gonna push them right here, okay? So I'm gonna hold them into place, take a breath. I'm wide with my legs, see that? And when I go to stand up, I am not gonna cave with my knees, either in or out, okay? So drop your shoulders. You're gonna come push your butt back. Now really push into the heels and activate those quads now, okay? Rib cage up, and come up. And then come back down and come back up. Breath, come back down slowly. And come back up. Big breath, don't go fast. Stop anytime you need to, take a breath. Here we go. Heels, so you're really pushing into those heels. You're keeping those knees from wobbling. Don't let them wobble in or out. Hang on to the weights. Tap and come back up. It's very controlled. Breath. Take a breath. And back up. I've just got 3 more. Breath. Stay with me. Don't let those knees wobble. Breath. Okay, 1 more. And breath. Yay. And just peel them right down here. Good. So I'm right here. I'm going to come right here in a bend. See the bend? See that? I'm going to go down and come back up. Open, right? So I'm shoulder width apart with my feet. I'm going to go down and retrieve 24 pounds, okay? Drop your shoulders, push into the heels, keep your shoulders down, press into the heels and just come right here and squeeze your butt. Then you go right back, put them down and come back up. Big breath, drop your shoulders. Here we go. Back down, pull them up. I didn't go anywhere else. I just want to get it off the ground. Then I come down, heels, and come back up. Take a breath. Slow it down, okay? This is a lot of muscle firing. It's very deceptive. If you've even picked up a moderate weight, when you go to pick up weight, that makes all the difference in the world in the way you move and the amount of muscles that have to fire. That's why it's very important for you to be really right on with your positioning. Heels and come back. So many times when somebody's going down to put the weight down or down to pick it up, I watch right here. And if I see them go out or in, we have to stop and do a realignment, okay? So be very mindful of that kind of a thing. Okay, now I'm gonna put those weights right there on the quad. I'm doing a high hip hinge, yes. Then I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna come right here, okay? And I'm gonna go right from here up to above the ear. So these are a heavier weight. So I've got my stance, my knees are soft, my tummy is tight. Take a breath. Oh, right there. See, I don't go way up. I just go above the ear. I hang out for a second or two, 1,000, 1,002, and then I come back down. My stomach has to be super tight. My shoulders are very involved in the stability of this move. Breath, okay? Breath, okay. Now all I want you to do is open your shoulders. Your elbows, sorry. Open your elbows, and you will open the chest, yes. This should be a pretty heavy weight, and I'm not gonna go up from this point. And I want you to really be aware that that could put your shoulder in a real problem situation. So if you come here and you come up and down, this is a much better way to start building strength to be stronger in your upper body and not hurt your joint. Okay, so we just took an open break. Then we're back here to finish this. Breath, tight tummy. Breath, tight tummy. Breath, tight tummy. Breath, tight tummy. Bring them down. Ooh, and now go up into your toes. So it's an up. Yeah, go up. Breath, up. Breath. Oh, big breath. In through the nose. This is a good one to start breathing through your nose because we're just pressing our whole body weight plus whatever you picked up into our toe box, and we're lifting our heels gently. And if you lift your heels, you've got to keep your knees soft, okay? So keep those knees soft. Breath, 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 breath. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and put these weights in my rack, okay? And I'm gonna do some body weight maneuvers. So I'm right here at my little chair. See that? Okay, got my little pad here, right? Gonna press back on that heel. It should feel very good. My knee is at the front of the chair. See that? Yeah? So you should be really stretching through the calf. My palm of the heel of my hand is right here on the pad. And I'm just gonna rotate and come down, okay? Now for some of you, this move is like, no, I can't do that. So a lot of it has to do with our joints and how they're moving and working, okay? If you cannot come down, take a big deep breath. Don't worry about it. You come down as far as you can, and then you go back. You're going to be working the same muscles, just not quite as intense, okay? So you just rotate that knee, you come down and you come back. Okay, now if you can go down, well, good, God bless you, do it. But if you go down at great, let's say you go down and you're bending your knees everywhere and you're bending your back, then you need to not go down, okay? You need to come here. You go down 1 teeny inch or 1 teeny half inch more each and every time. But maybe you don't go down all the way, okay? When we get to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe you can go down, maybe you cannot. Okay, it's up to you. But this takes a lot of leg strength, especially when you do it correctly. You can use a hand here, there, just to get yourself up and not hurt your back or your knee or your hip or your foot. Okay, so I'm stretching that calf really good right now. I'm going to step forward. I've still got my pad here. I put the heels of my hands right there. My knee is forward. My heel in the back is down. Okay, you can't see it. I know it's because of the desk, but that's the angle I got to go at if I'm going to stay plugged in here. Okay, Now I'm going to rotate that knee in the back. I'm going to rotate that knee down. See that? Take a big breath. And if you can't make it down, that's okay. Take a breath, press, and come up. Okay, say rib cage up, rotate, go down as far as you can, and then come back. And then put the heel down. Rotate down, go all the way down if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Go down as far as you can, keeping your elbows tucked. Take a breath into the nose, out. Take a breath, and remember, this is a very good way to strengthen your core, your legs, but you gotta hit that right line. You gotta hit that right alignment, okay? Take a big breath. I'm much stronger on this side than the other side, okay? Because of the way the hip and the knee is replaced. Breath. Okay, just two more, just two more, just two more. Stay with me, stay with me. One more, one more. Put your heel down, stretch it out. Big breath. And step in. Yay. And go out here into a W, right like that. Go out, palm up. Come in, turn, palm down. Okay? Then come in, palm up. All the way out, palm down. So if you are constantly working at trying not to do this walk around most of your day with your thumbs out, your shoulders down, but your thumbs out. Just walk around that way, okay? It will straighten you up so quick. It really will. Okay, we're knocking off a little early. That's okay today. It is a very hot, humid day in Michigan. Yes, it is. Good job, you guys. Slow lifting.